I'm Steve Turano with Ask a Real Expert. Map Trash is asking about cardiovascular activities and which ones are best for burning fat. Should it be high intensity interval training or should it be slower, gradual, easier cardio? And then he asks about the release of cortisol. Well, I'll address the cortisol aspect in another video. But when it comes to burning fat, without a doubt, slow, gradual, consistent, long, boring, icky, yucky cardio is the best. Why is that? Because number one, you're not out of breath, so you're getting plenty of oxygen. And in the presence of oxygen, our body burns fat instead of sugar. And you got to remember this, our body's very efficient. It doesn't burn a lot of calories regardless of what you're doing. So this means for your body to burn a lot of fat while doing cardio, you got to do a lot of it without getting tired. That's why cardio that involves the legs is most effective, because you can do it for long periods of time without your legs wearing out. And when you use your legs, because your legs are strong, they don't become anaerobic. In other words, your legs don't become overwhelmed and start burning sugar. So that's why when bodybuilders are getting ready for shows, they do 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes of cardio, sometimes twice a day, in order to burn enough calories to create a calorie deficit to eat up those last bits of fat they have on their bodies. And what people don't understand is that cardio, when they're on a treadmill or an elliptical or a Stairmaster, you just don't burn a whole lot of calories. I don't care what the machine says. You know, you're walking on the treadmill, and as you begin to incline it, next thing you know, you're burning 200, 300, 400, 6,000, 8 million calories an hour. That's bullshit. Okay, you burn about 60 to 70 calories per 15 minutes of cardio, depending on what machine you're using. The harder you can make that cardiovascular activity, the more calories you will burn. So if you're walking on a treadmill, if you can incline that treadmill, the more calories you will burn. Will it become breathtakingly huge? No. But if I'm going to spend 30 minutes on a treadmill, I want it to be effective. So this is why if somebody is out of shape or they have to burn lots of fat, you gotta diet. Dieting is king, okay? So much easier to not eat 500 calories a day than it is to walk for an hour and a half. But secondly, you gotta do cardio that's long, gradual, and boring. High intensity cardio, sprinting, interval training, things like that, that's not going to burn tons of calories because you can't do it for very long. You run, you sprint, you run out of breath. Whew, you walk back. Or you sprint on a bike for 1 minute, you wait another minute. You sprint on a bike for 1 minute, you wait another minute. You got to be in great shape to train that way, number one. And number two, because you're not doing it for tremendously long periods of time, you're not burning lots of calories. But it does improve your cardiovascular performance. Much better or much greater than slow, gradual cardio. So it's sort of a double-edged sword. If you want to improve your cardiovascular ability, you have to then do cardio that gets you breathing deeply, gets you out of breath. It's sort of like football practice or MMA training. Okay, you got to tap into that area where you're out of breath and it hurts. That improves your cardiovascular capabilities, and it will improve your ability to do cardio as well. If you're looking to get rid of lots of body fat and you're not in great shape, then long, gradual cardio is much better and much more effective. But above everything else, diet is still the king, because if you don't stick it in your mouth, you don't have to burn it off while doing cardio. I'm Steve Turano. Train smart, train hard.